So I will repeat the delete part again because I did not forgot to start the recording. So what we are doing the edit again. Let me repeat the edit part again. So we copied everything from the create.js to edit.js, and then we copied everything, and then I changed the title from create post to the edit post, and everything is same now. Now I created one function. That function will get data from the Firebase, and to get the data from the Firebase, we take the URL of that post and we get the reference of that post, and we call reference.once to get that post, and we get the result in the snapshot.wall. So let's first put this result in some variable. So maybe I can say let result is equal to snapshot.wall. Now I have to fill the title in the state. So we will update the state with the results which we get it. So first is the title. So let's say title is equal to results dot, what are the results? Let's see, the results dot title. I will say results dot title. Second thing, I have to update the description. Description will be results dot description. Then I have to update the tags. Tags will be results dot tags. Then we have to update the image URL. So it will be results dot image URL. Then we have to take the created date, for example. So let's take the created date, and it will be results dot created date. And I have to add that created date here because it's not here. I will add it here. Initially it's empty. Then we have description, then we image URL, then let's put the location. Location will be results dot location. Tags, title, user ID. User ID will be, I'll take user ID also because let's take everything. ID equal to results dot ID. User ID equal to results dot user underscore ID. And I will add ID also. I will add user ID also. I did everything. We got error. Let's see what is the error. So maybe we did not put this one correctly. I have results title, description, tags, image URL, created date, location, ID, user ID. So we have everything. What's the problem? 31, line number 31. Expected comma. So we may have missed the comma. This one is having comma. This one is having comma. Tags is having comma. Image URL is comma. Created date is comma. Location is comma. ID is comma. User ID is equal to results.user ID. Looks same, like what is the problem? Again, we are getting this error. Let's remove all except one. This is fine. That means then let's remove the second one. Let's keep second, remove all. Okay. Let's remove two and see if we're getting. Okay, we are getting error in this image URL. Okay, so we don't have image URL is equal to results.image URL. So we are able to see all the data is pre-filled except the location, as we remember that this location is the geolocation which does not take the custom value. So maybe we can show the location value here. So maybe I can say we have the state, and maybe we can display some location formatted address here outside the location part, because we are not able to edit in the Google location. So maybe in the location, I will just say this.state.location.formatted address, and I will put it in the curly bracket and round bracket. We are able to put the location here, and we are able to put everything in the respective field. So we are able to now see for this ID. Let's create one more post and then see if we are able to Indian food location San Jose, description, this is text, this is image, for example. I create a new post, go to my account. Since I did not put image proper, it's breaking, but if I click edit, I'm able to see all the proper location and everything. If I go my account and I edit this one, now I am able to see all the different details for the different post. So now what you do, just create this function. Everything is same, just create this function. And then we will call this function in the component date mount. Okay, now what I will do, now call this get data in the component date mount. Let's delete the prop and just call this get data in the component date mount. Okay, now we have everything here. Just we need to change this label of create new post also to update post, and then we have to really update it. So update, let's put the update post. So when we call the update post, we call the function which is this submit to Firebase, and we are calling this submit to Firebase function. Now the thing is that we need to, the best thing is how to do this. We will delete the record first, and then we will recreate it. Rather than updating every field, we will delete the record and then we will recreate it. So I have delete record in the result container, and I also have the record in the delete record in the results.js. So we will remove the delete record from the results.js because we don't need it here, since we are calling from the results container. Now we have the results container and we need to use it in the edit.js. So let's see where we are calling edit.js. So we are calling edit.js in the results page, right? So we are calling edit.js in the results page. Where is the edit one? So this is the edit link we are calling, and in the edit link we have we are creating edit link like this. So basically we need to use this function delete record inside the edit one. So directly we cannot use this delete record into the edit. So what is the way to do that? How can I use this one in the edit? How can I use delete record in the edit? You cannot import. You cannot import. We have function in one component. How to use that function in another component? You are not calling component edit from the results container, so you cannot pass it. You cannot pass it as a props. Yes, so we need to put it in the Redux. So we need to put this delete record in the Redux. But for today, now for testing, I will just copy it there. But tomorrow, I will pass this. I will put this function in the Redux and call it from there. So right now, I'm just copying it to show you how the edit will work. But later on, I will put it in the Redux and I will use that one. Okay, so now I will remove this close part. I don't need the close part here. And I will call the delete record button. So delete record, we will call the delete record, and we'll pass the record here. And this record is nothing but the results which we are getting. So in addition to save all this separately, we will also create one parameter called as record, and initially I will say null, and I will update this value record with the results which we are getting it, so that so we are passing this record in the we are passing this results in the record state variable. Now whenever we call the delete record, I can pass this record and it will go here as a record and it will delete it. So what I will do, I will first delete it and then I will recreate it. So when we call this submit to Firebase button, I will call this delete record function. So here I will say this dot delete record, and I will pass the record here. This record will be nothing but this dot state dot record. So we are passing the record which we saved it in the state here. That is the whole thing which we are getting from the Firebase. Now once it is deleted, I will recreate it with all this thing, but I will keep the ID same. I don't want to change the ID because ID was a unique thing which I deleted. So I want to keep the ID and user ID same. So what I will do, I will in the user ID, I will say this dot state dot user underscore ID because we saved it in the state, and I will also pass the ID. I will say ID is equal to this dot state dot ID, and when I create it, that is I create this path, I will also put slash and I will say ID, and instead of push, I don't need unique ID because we have ID already there, and I don't need this line also because this is updating the unique ID. And instead of push, I will use update, and I will pass the object. So we are passing the calling the update, and we are passing this object in it. And then we set this country, we set this separately with the unique ID. It's saying unique ID. So instead of unique ID, we will pass the state this dot state dot ID. So maybe I can create a variable called as let unique ID is equal to this dot state dot ID. Maybe I can create this in the top. And I will use unique ID instead of state ID. So I will use unique ID. Everywhere I'm using unique ID. So everything will be updated fine. And the current, this is the created date. Created date will also be, we will be taking from the state value. This is here, we created date. We don't want created date to be changed. So I can say object dot created date is equal to this dot state dot created date, and maybe this I will make it as updated date. Updated date will be the current date when user is updating. So current will be the updated date and all will be same. So let's try this one. So I will go to the Firebase, go to the database. I'll go to the baby, no, not here, food donation, data, post. So let's see which post we are editing it. So we are editing 0xy, that is this 0xy. So you will see this is the created date and all the information, and I will update it now. This is, I will say Chinese food, and I'll change the location to so it's giving some error. We will see what is this error coming. Okay, it's giving me some error. I need to maybe Google this error. We already got long back, but again we are getting this one. Okay, so maybe I have to see whether this is what is this problem, why it's coming. Maybe you copy it in your code and see if you're getting same error or not. You can check later, but today we will finish it here, and I will give you the code. So delete record will be same which you got it from there in the results container. Only thing you need to remove the this dot close. So get the delete record from here, and this submit one I will put it in the chat. So there is some changes in the submit, and I will also commit it. And you check whether you are getting same error or it's my problem. I downloaded many extension, because of that sometimes error comes. So you check it. If you are getting error, I will see debug it, and I will also debug by removing all the extension. And then we will finish tomorrow this edit part, and we'll see whether really it's editing properly or not. And then we will also do small fixes, like when we don't have record, we should show the message no record available, try to create it, and then we are done with this project. So, and this recording of the delete, I did not started the delete initially. So I will do the recording of the delete tomorrow. Again, I will show you how to delete it, and I will do recording of that one also.